Hello and welcome to the WhoTubia podcast. This is version number 2. My name's Jon Gransden and I'm here with...
Christopher Thomson.
And we're back, and this is the second time we're recording this podcast due to technical difficulties. Chris, could you elaborate?
Some things went, some of the recording was corrupted, and it involved, well, in practical use of it, most of the points raised by any of us couldn't be used because it wouldn't make sense. The podcast went down, really. So we're re-recording again, unfortunately, without Billy. And if you're hearing this, we do apologise for that.
But he's unavailable for recording now for the rest of the series, which is a shame.
We should be able to get something later on, but anyway, let's move on with the Impossible Astronaut.
If you haven't seen the Impossible Astronaut, stop listening. Otherwise, you're going to get a ton of spoilers.
Exactly. Yeah. Now, I was with David Nagel on that Saturday. David and Sammy, his wife, and with Benji Clifford and Matt Chambers that night. You were with Billy, weren't you?
I was around Billy's, yeah.
Yeah.
And, I was hugging a pillow throughout the whole episode.
I was just sitting on the sofa. No, not behind. Sitting
Oh.
on the sofa.
I bet your fan part of you was just couldn't wait to get up and run behind the sofa and just.
I went to as I said, I went there and I did actually record some points of view from Benji and David. Unfortunately, Matt Chambers disappeared.
Yeah, I thought it was very good. I thought it was worthy of a series opener. I was slightly shocked that the whole thing was actually the Doctor dying, but yeah, it was good. Good cliffhanger as well.
Last night's Doctor Who, your thoughts? It was good. Yes, I thought it was good. Very good. All 45 minutes of it. Good. Except Rory, because I don't like Rory. Mr. Rory.
Apparently, David Nagel doesn't like Rory.
Oh no!
I like Rory.
I don't mind Rory.
So, what did you think of it then?
Me, I went from exhilaration that Doctor Who's back on, and then absolute shock that they killed him, and then a little bit of excitement was just like, at least I don't need to dress up like her anymore. And then the episode went on, and then there was that cliffhanger where I thought, oh no, I might still need to dress up like Amy Pond. And then the next time trailer got rid of all that stress. But overall, I think...
Oh, you're talking about the bet, aren't you?
I'm talking about the wager, yes.
Yeah, so in the last podcast, we made a wager that if out of the 4 characters, one of them was to die in the opening 10 minutes. And I said it was going to be Rory, and you said it was going to be Amy.
Mm-hmm.
If I was right, and these are the only terms we agreed, if one of us was right, then the other has to do something. If we're both wrong, we're safe. That was the deal we made.
That was the bet, yeah.
And so the deal was that if I won and Rory did die, Jon would have to dress up as Amy Pond and do a flirty sort of sexual video to the YouTube audience.
And if I won and Amy died, then Chris would have to wear a fez whilst eating fish fingers and custard. And I still think we need to...
Highly degrading myself.
But that was the whole reason behind it, because I just really wanted to see you do it. But
yeah, so a lot of people turned out in my favour, though. Some
Whoa.
people were saying that even they wanted you to win, Jon. They wanted you to win, but they also wanted to see you do that video.
But that really scares me. I think that's really worrying about the audience, you know? Predominantly, it was the male part of the audience saying they wanted to see the video.
Yeah,
so,
yeah, it's a thing about redheads, Jon, you know.
Well, yeah, I mean, we are absolutely drop-dead hideous, but, yeah, it's...
He's being too modest. They're horrible.
That's why we don't go out in the light that much. We just ruin everyone's day. So, yeah. But as you saw, the Doctor got shot and killed before regeneration, which means me and Chris are safe, and we don't need to do anything.
Shall I do a run through of what I thought of the episode?
Yes, do. And any rants we can jump on board.
Because, you see, I will point out, I did enjoy the episode. I really did. It had a new different angle to it. It was a better one than the new angle that Moffat planned for Series 5. And it looked much better. I suppose it's because the Matt Smith's Doctor has settled, and I do love his character now. It's very... It works. It's like you could tune in and think, oh, I love the Doctor, how he runs around waving his hands around like that, and starts almost talking almost flirty to the TARDIS and things like that. It works, and
he just radiates kind of Doctor, doesn't he? When he's now, especially.
Yeah, it's more settled, and I like the fact his character has. Now, I have to, being my cynical self, watch things again, purely to form a very critical view of the episode and different things that I pointed out. So,
of course, it's not the fan in you going, "Oh, I want to see that."
No, because I'm not a fan, am I?
Oh, of course you're not. No, yes, he's a fan in denial. Yes.
No. So okay, right. I'm going to mention. First of all, opening. I'll do this in my usual speech, I suppose. I'm pretty sure it started with David Mitchell holding a sword at the beginning. Yes. And then eventually I found the whole time-travelling montage was very comical and also extremely childish in some ways.
Yes, but Chris, you're forgetting it's a children's show. It's aimed at 12 to 14.
It's not a children's show. It's a family show. It's for families. Meaning, you can have little meanings for every single member of the family. You've got Rory there for some reason. You've got Amy there for the guys. You've got the Doctor there for the kids. And you've got all these jokes and things, all the flirting that goes whoosh over the kids' heads. It happens in everything. It's a family thing. Sarah Jane Adventures, that's a kids' thing, and that's where the kids' thing should stay. Even that's probably why I didn't like Sarah Jane Adventures. Probably because I'm not a kid. But... it's a family thing, and that's my defence when I go and sit down and watch him. And so surely you're a bit too much of you must be a childish Chris if you're sitting down watching Doctor Who. No, it's a family show. Parents watch it, for goodness sake. It's a show that's on prime time telly. How can you, if you're going to sit around all day watching This Morning or watching cookery shows, and then you have the cheek to go and say that when I just tune on and going, oh, there's a science fiction program which is actually quite promising in places, except for the last year, then how can you have the cheek to go and say about me turning on over to watch that if all you're prepared to watch is The X Factor, Britain's Got Talent, or any other rubbish like that?
Yes, hooray!
Thank you.
Yeah, I must admit, any other show that's on.
Can
we quickly talk about the schedule around Doctor Who? Just because
I didn't see the schedule. What was it? I know that.
Well, the viewing figures showed that BBC had like 1 or 2 million viewers for Don't Scare the Hair. 6 to 7 million viewers for when Doctor Who went on, and then they'd lost another 3 million when the dance show came on, which proves to the BBC that Doctor Who, people go out of their way to watch it. So why not put it on later, when more people won't be outside enjoying the sunshine? Put it on later at 7 o'clock like it used to be, and should still be, for the family to sit around and enjoy the show whilst eating dinner. Sorry, I just went off on a
I have to say, I have to point out to the viewers that wasn't me talking. And in no way was I puppeteering John. I will go back to Impossible Astronaut now. Now, where was I? Oh yeah, the time traveling montage. Then suddenly you have letters arrive. Now, the letters obviously are quite fictional because knowing the Royal Mail, they're probably going to miss the century like the Doctor in many ways. And the Storm Cage is useless. The Storm Cage prison is absolutely ridiculous. The amount of times that River Song seems to escape from that, and they're now used to it. I mean, what's the point of that? They might as well just give her a season ticket.
I think it's brilliant. I love the idea that she uses it as a kind of hotel.
But it's a prison.
But you get
it's a prison. It's about as restrictive as an Essex girl's underwear.
But you get you get this brilliant
get the phone call, don't you?
You get the phone call bit, and you just get the line, she's doing that thing again. She's packing, as if they're used to it, and they know they're rubbish. They know they're rubbish at their job, and she just uses it as a hotel to wait until the doctor shows up again. I think that's hilarious. I think that's just... And people were wondering, how did she escape? You don't need that. You just need the line. Oh,
I have
she's
to say, in
escaping.
terms of prisons, about the whole overcrowding thing, I think they don't use that one enough. Maybe that's because they're all walking free.
Well, maybe.
They've all managed to walk out the front door. Now, the Stetson. Finally, a normal hat. Not a fez, just a hat. Probably the most normal hat since Tom Baker's. And it worked. It looked nice. It looked better than... I know it's just a small little gimmick that he wants to wear a hat, but then for some reason jumped from a fez and now, thankfully, got a Stetson, which then got blown off the head in a weird physics, like it had just been pulled on some string rather than actually been shot off someone's head.
It does blow in the weirdest direction, I must admit.
Yeah. Now, I noticed it. I don't like, in any of the previous series that's been on, any of the childish, stupid names of things. Like, for example, Jim the Fish.
Jim the Fish!
I don't care if he's still working on his dam or not. It doesn't bother me. I just cannot stand why you have to have stupid names. It's like the Doctor in the Plastic series used to go on about Florana all the time, a planet of paradise that he always wanted to revisit but never finally got there. And but instead, the BBC recently, in the last 6 years, have been going on saying things like, There's a honey moon. Well, it's not really a moon. It's not really made of honey. But then why say it then? Why include these stupid planets? They says like, was it the Singing Towers? Oh, why are you inventing such stupid fantasy rubbish? Why can't you be a bit... Why do you have to do that? They didn't do it before. It just makes it seem like a gimmick. Like, there are stupid planets out in the sky. And
there are stupid planets out in the sky.
there are so many stupid planets out there with full things. It's like... What's that one? The Absorbloff one.
Oh, Og.
I don't know. I can't remember. It was rubbish, that episode.
It's from the planet
It was
Og.
a bigger waste of time.
It was a massive...
It was just basically bring a little child's dream to life, but embarrassing him because his character was a complete abomination. Also, I noticed the BBC have now apparently taken the BBC logo off the footage and now put it on the title sequence.
Doctor Who
No,
fan.
it's not a fan. How is that
A Doctor Who
that...
fan would not pull out the rant about, oh no, they've now put the BBC logo on the Doctor Who logo. What's that about? It's just like last year when they put the DW on the Doctor Who logo. That's...
My point with the logo being there is that I noticed it.
Right.
That's all I did.
I noticed it as well.
But you instantly jumped to think, oh, only the fans will notice that.
Well, no, only the fans will bring it up in a podcast about Doctor Who. Most people
it's a big thing. It's a big change.
It's not that big. It's only 3 boxes with the word BBC in them.
I know it's probably why because the USA, it's basically say this is ours.
This is our
fan film people can't rip it now and use it as their own.
Well, they can use the Series 5 one.
Yeah.
I also think though as well, because if you watch the Series 5 on DVD, they've got that new BBC logo, which is a massive box that fills up the bottom of the screen. So I think it's partly them as well doing that, so they don't need to...
I don't know why they have to do that for the DVD, really.
I don't know. I don't like the animation.
You've got the BBC logo comes up straight away on the DVD, and then you've got, like, on the packaging itself, everywhere says BBC. And then you load up the program, you know where you've watched this. On the BBC.
See?
It says, I believe in the top corner of everything it will say BBC DVD. and they still have a need to fill up half the bottom part of the screen with not just a box but a circle that appears saying BBC on it. This is a DVD. This isn't like us watching on telly. If it was on telly, I can understand, but for the actual DVD, I can't see why they would have kept that in. If they removed the next times for the DVD, but they've decided to keep the logo.
Well, they decided to make the logo bigger. On broadcast, it was just the original, the old box, which is just BBC. Now it's this big animation, which looks awful in black and white, and it's just...
Well,